Well, we're delighted to say that we're joined by the man himself, Frank. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. Now, you've been involved with so many amazing athletes. What is the key to success when you're training naturally talented track and field stars?
Well, it really all comes down to preparation. Everything's about preparation, the detail of the preparation, and testing it. And where we are now, I mean, the kids they're in their own camp. At this point in the preparation, you don't tinker. I mean, it's all about making sure that your mind is in the right place when you go into the arena. And almost, it sounds a bit silly this, but almost to get out of your mind the idea that it's an Olympic Games. Don't think about what it means. Think about what it is. Concentrate on the fact you've done this 100 times before. Just do it better today. Now, the fact that there'll be empty stadiums for our track and field athletes is probably a good thing for the youngsters, because they won't get this. I mean, I don't know how to really explain it, but when you walk into an arena for your event, you're almost hit by the heat and the presence of the crowd. And for the superstars, this is really like a drug to make you go even faster. But for the youngsters, that can be quite debilitating. And so what we're needing is for them to have the same mindset as, say, Morikawa in the Open. When he was putting in the green for the last to get the title, he wasn't thinking about the claret jug. He was just thinking about getting the ball in the hole.
Now, I was going to ask you, because obviously you've been doing it for many years, what's your favourite memory when you were training at the Games?
Favourite memory really is in working with Daly, of course. I loved all the athletes I worked with, but Daly was kind of special because when it came to these moments, the ones I'm just describing right now, he devised his own way of approaching the last week. So, for example, we could go to a training track and he would decide to take only one throw in the discus because he wanted to feel what the pressure would be like out there. So part of your last couple of weeks' preparation is about simulating situations, getting yourself to feel what pressure is like. And I'm not sure if you do this yourselves because you're very, very highly professional people and you may be conscious of this already, but each one of us in life has got our own stress signature. And I think you've got to, and if you're working as a team, as you are right now, both of you, you've got to be able to spot not only in yourself when you're about to sort of, if you like, go over the edge, but also your partner, the people that you're working with. And it's really important now. I think psychology is big when it comes to these last parts of preparation for competition. Know your players, your athletes' stress signatures, and help them manage them.
And Frank, obviously, you know, you've been involved with many games in the past. Just looking at these very unusual games because of the pandemic. But what are you looking out for? What are you excited about? Frankly, how well do you think GB are going to do?
Well, to be honest, this is the most. I mean, it's a waste of time trying to predict things, isn't it? Otherwise, we'll win the football pools. But this is even more uncertain than ever before because a lot of athletes out there from other countries have not recorded performances this year. And so when you look at the form guide, for example, in track and field athletics, we know who the top 3 performers are in every event, men and women. And it's okay, but a bit disappointing because this has never happened before. We've only got one representation in the men's events. That's the 4x100 meters. And we have 3 in the women, Laura Muir, Shelley Bradshaw, and the women's 4x4. Now, we're going into the Games then with that being the only people who, on paper, look like the medalists. In my own opinion, you've got in track and field, you've got about 9. I think you're 9. And in my experience in the past, when you look at the possible shots at medals, half that, and you'll probably get it right. So we're not looking at a lot of medals this time round. But having said that, we don't know what other countries are doing. It's possible that the performances that have got athletes into the Games they've not been recorded in the last 6 months or so. So it's far more uncertain than it's ever been before. I really hope that we get a load of medals in track and field, but I don't see where they are at the moment.
It's going to be a very unusual games. Frank, thank you so much for joining us. That's Frank Dick. He's the ex-British Olympics coach.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.